Mhm.
If you can hear this, you're in the circle now. Lean in. Check your shoulders. Make sure it's just you and these words. You have now tuned in to the Let 'Em Know podcast, where the real talk's quiet and the truth talks loud. No accidents. You found this frequency. So sit back. Lock in. Let them know you're listening. You're now tuned in to the Let 'Em Know podcast. If you can hear this. If you can hear this.
What's good, YouTube? What's good, Savvy Crew? I'm coming back with another video. I kind of messed up my little intro on that one. Let the other song play, but let's get into this video though. Um, so I was just doing a little research. You know what I'm saying? Um, it started off with this dude named Daryl Davis. If you don't know who he is, he was like hold on. He was like that dude. He was in the KKK. Uh, he was a musician and something else, right? Okay, but anyways, so there's a lot of people who think that they are awoke since they know what's going on now and can see like the shit, about Jeffrey, you know what I'm saying, about Jeff Epstein, you know what I'm saying? And they can see the little, or, you know what I'm saying, they can see stuff now. But spiritually, a lot of people is still asleep. The veil might be off of your eyes now to where, because I was there at one point too. I thought I was awoke, but I was still a little asleep. And it ain't till recently that I just actually like woke up and can actually see like They Live movie. See like the that They Live movie. That's really how I see shit now. And at first I thought I was woke because I knew this shit and I can quote it back, and what I'm saying, I was watching all these different YouTube channels and doing my own little research. But when you officially woke up, when you start believing that everything in this world is pretty much fake. Now, what I mean by that is even first off, of course, Hollywood, everything about the industry is fake. If they coming across your phone screen, it used to be TV screen, but now if they coming across your phone screen, still including TV, of course, but phones is the main thing. So if they coming across your phone screen still, let me fix my camera real quick. 9 times out of 10, they are controlled ops. They controlled oppositions, or they just straight oppositions. And ain't gotta be controlled. I mean, of course they still controlled, but when people say controlled, or when I say controlled opposition or controlled op, that means like a Candace Owens or something like that. Alex Jones, somebody who's, and other YouTubers that I'm not going to mention, but those for sure, you know what I'm saying? Um but yeah, uh they are so-called speaking out on the truth, but you know what I'm saying, they still not really with the truth, if that makes sense. They're trying to portray as the light, but really is the dark. So they play, excuse me, they playing both sides. So look, right? When I mean you start seeing everything as fake, listen, because where I'm at right now, I've been on this journey for a while, right? 10 plus years for sure. And I'm telling you now, just literally a like a couple months ago, more than at least 5 to 6 months ago. Shit, maybe not even that, maybe a little recently, but I have officially woke up and see shit for what it is, bro. So listen, even schools, colleges, that's what I'm break down now. Listen, anybody you think is listen, even in personal life, even your personal life, you feel me? There is people, depending on who you are or what family you're born to, or if you just around, you know what I'm saying, you just ran across this person and now you're friends or whatever. There are people in your life who are either sent to be there, meaning like you know, they playing a role, they're trying to get information or some shit off of you, or set you up for something, or put you in a position, well, pretty much set you up, but what I meant set up was like set up in a bad way, but you know, put you in position or set you up for, you know, something good, as in like artists, or you know, the Hollywood, you know, music industry, right? So listen, like I was saying, I was doing a little research, right? Let me switch my screen. Let me switch my screen over. I was doing a little research, right? It started off with this dude, Daryl Davis, right? He was a musician. I'm pretty sure you seen him. My first time seeing him was on Joe Rogan. I believe my first time hearing about him. If not, I might have heard about him before, and then he finally went on Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I really started to know about him. But I was gonna go to it, but I'm not. This dude was on Joe Rogan right here, right? His name is Daryl Davis. I didn't know at the time until today that I'm doing this video, but I didn't even know back then that he had music. And matter of fact, fuck it, I'm finna go. I'm finna go search it. So you can see. Hold on. Let me go search it so you can. There, I don't even know how to spell his name, and honestly, don't care. But it ain't part of us. So, Daryl Davis music. Now, listen, even for colored people, right? And that's the main trick. Is just be expect. Listen, we finna go to it. We finna go to it. But that's the main trick, especially in history. That's why they have black and white photos, because there was people who was black, but they was so light that in a black and white photo they would pass as white, right? Okay, so boom, but he got this song, right? And you know that song Boogie Man. Hold on, let me go to it. I'm the Boogie Man right here. Let me see if I can play it. I didn't know he sung this song. I ain't gonna lie. I have heard of his name before, but I didn't know it was this dude, right? So
it's always one of my
I'm the Boogeyman. Okay, so I know y'all know that song, right? And I knew that song, but I didn't know that was this Daryl Davis, right? And this is the same dude who was so-called a part of the KKK, right? Listen, once like let me make this a little more clearer, because I don't know if I made it clear as clear as it is in my head, right? So listen, it don't matter how. Listen, the industry, it from its creation of Hollywood, whatever, since the creation, and they made a business out of music, bro. It has been this way. Listen, now there's a new actor. I didn't even know he was a so-called new actor. But this dude Tyreek that was in the movie Him, and there was some other movies he was in that's pretty famous. That pretty famous. I was trying to say popular and famous at the same time. But goddamn, he was in that show Atlanta with that Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. But he recently just started acting, bro. He recently just started acting, and he just came out of nowhere, right? That's how it be, right? So this dude, let's go back to him real quick. Also, let me say this too, real quick. Uh, when you see these type of people, or anybody who's part of who's what is the word I'm looking for? Pretty much known. If they listen, if they are parts of the industry in some way, shape, or form, whether that's the Silicon Valley type shit, the tech industry, music, actor, uh entertainer, sports, fucking anything, bro. Uh News, act, anything, you name it, right? If it's something to do with something about being famous, being on TV, phones, for anything, right? If it's part of the industry, right? You can't trust them or trust it, because they have now been compromised. First off, let me say this. They already was. Most likely they wasn't even no normal person from the get-go. There wasn't no regular person anyway, right? They was already set up, or they parents was already putting in work for them and sacrificing shit. So when they get older, even sacrificing themselves, parents, like the movie Him, going back to Tyreek Withers, this dude, him, his father in the beginning of the movie sacrificed himself just so he can make it into football, right? Make it a pro football player or whatever, right? So when these people come out, listen, right? He was so called part of the Ku Klux Klan and had like what, over 200 people, so called 200 people, leave it, disband, leave the group and shit, right? And all that, right? But listen, so this dude was a black singer, part of the R&B and blues musician, part of the KKK, right? I'm trying to see. Look, okay, so this is the school that he went to, and like I said, noted. Listen, most, besides if they are artists, a rapper or whatever, because of course that's the dropping out of school or not going to school is part of the rapper package. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the rapper image package, right? You notice they all say, I wanted to drop out, I did drop out, or whatever the case may be. That's part of their image. That's part of the I don't give a fuck, I'm tough, super mean rapper image, right? Okay. Uh so look, most of them, but most of the people who's even politicians, right? Anything where you're above an average person at that point, you went to some sort of school, right? So let's go to Howard University real quick. Howard University. Now, remember how I said that they use black and white photos, and there was people who was so light that you would have thought that they was white, but they was really black or mixed with black, and they was mixed. You know what I'm saying? But they named HBCU, a historically black college, after this dude, Oliver Otis Howard, right? Now, he may not even be white. I mean, he may not even be black. He might just be white. But if he is black, he's very light skinned and passes as a white man. Now, of course, that was, the old days. That's how I guess it had to be or whatever. I don't know to make it. You feel me? I wasn't born in. I'm just going off of history and, what I know. You feel me? So, look, listen, check this out. They named a historically black college after a dude who's damn near white. And I'm no racist shit. I'm just pointing out shit that's showing you this is all part of their plan, right? So Howard University, all these colleges have, or some of these colleges have, Alpha Kappa and all them other shit. I don't even, and some of them Omega and all that shit, right? Most of these people, especially politicians, was part of that. Let's go to Kevin Samuels real quick, right? Okay, well first let's finish looking at this. Howard University, we're gonna go to the history of it. Let's go to Oliver Otis real quick. Cause I don't know. Look, that don't even look like no. So it's why wouldn't a historically black college be named after a black person? Oh, I know why. Because there was no black people of that it's not. The college was first made. Listen, schools came from over there overseas, right? They brought that shit. Listen, I don't even know because I can't explain it like I want to for you to get it. Like I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to explain. Listen, look. Okay, so they named the all black college after a white man. But look, let's go to Kevin Samuels, right? People would think he just came out of nowhere. He was some dude with, maybe he has some money or whatever. He just came out of nowhere online, just like everybody do. They post a video or they've been posting some videos and one day they just go, viral. And then now they somebody, right? That's how it goes, so called to say. That's how that's how the rap game was too. Somehow every single artist have this old bullshit rags to riches story. They was talking about they was broke, their family was poor, they didn't have nothing, woo woo woo, blah blah. They had to move from this town. They was moving everywhere and every which way. Matter of fact, let's go back to Daryl Davis because he was one of them. I guess you could say, right? Let's go back to his early, like, let me see. Right here. So say he was born in Chicago. Son Davis was the son, and listen, and especially in the industry, they all come from somebody who's already somebody, or come from somebody who's already part of the industry in some way, shape, or form, right? They never just like me, right? There's never no regular person who just who just becomes this popular person, right? This famous everybody knows person. And if they do, the day they do, they didn't sold out. You're not getting in there with just being a regular person without joining some type of group, without doing something, right? So look, it's he was the son of a Department of State Foreign Service officer and moved around the world with his parents during most of his early childhood, living in various foreign countries, including African nations. Including African nations. Davis grew accustomed to the casually integrated schools of foreign diplomats, where children of many nations, races, and cultures were schooled together. Right, so it said he was moving around a lot. Same thing with some of these artists. They say, that was moving around. Some was like saying they was moving around a lot. Some say they was born here, but then they moved here, and all this. Listen, m- eh, they all have these fake come up stories. None of them is mostly not. I say, if not all of them, most of them is fake. A fake grow up, a fake come up story to sound like a regular person, but they really wasn't, right? Okay, so Kevin Samuels, you would have thought he was a regular person. Even just look at the hand sign right here, right? But and I ain't gonna lie, I used to fuck with Kevin Samuels when he came. I used to fuck with him, right? But that's when I thought I was awoke, but I was still pretty much sleep. You feel me? Like, you know how when you wake up in the morning, you still sleepy as hell, walking around doing shit, you know what I'm saying, or getting ready to go to work or whatever, you still sleepy, but you awoke. Or you go, or in the middle of the night, you still sleep. You got your eyes closed and everything damn near pretty much. But you still going to the bathroom, getting up, you know what I'm saying, going to the bathroom and using it, right? That's how it be, right? You awoke, you think you awoke, but you really still sleepwalking. You really just sleepwalking, right? Okay, so look, Kevin Samuels, right? He was born in Oklahoma City, and that was around the time I was in Oklahoma City. I was living with my dad, right? And that, you know what I'm saying, that was just around that time, and that's when I was fucking with him. I was like, oh, he's from Oklahoma City too? Cool, I'm really fucking with him. But now check this out, right? He attended Millwood High School, right? And let me get this out too, because a lot of these artists, not even artists, but a lot of these famous people don't even attend regular old high schools. They go to uh schools that's more up there, or if they did go to a regular school, most of the time that's the people who didn't know that was going to be or supposed to be somebody famous. Now sometimes some people did, like I'm gonna get there, but them was the people who didn't know that was famous. Now a person like what's his name, fuck, what is his name, that comedy that comedian, not damn, what is his name, he played Coming to America, not Eddie Murphy, but he played Coming to America, bro. Damn, what is that nigga name, man? That's crazy. Not Eddie Murphy, bro. That's crazy. How the fuck did I just forget his name? And then when I search up, that's crazy. Bro, what the hell? Come on, man. That ain't not gonna even show his. So that's one of the most famous actors and comedians, but they not trying to show this nigga shit. Bro, that's crazy. If I don't find it within a couple days, they showed Desi Banks before they show. Okay, let me search black actors then, cause nigga, that's crazy. They showed that nigga before they showed what the fuck. I put cactors, black. Man, fuck it. Coming to America. I don't know why I ain't just put that shit in. God damn, bro. It was Eddie Murphy. So who the hell, what is that nigga name I was thinking of then? I was thinking of this nigga name. Hold on. And if I don't find that nigga shit. Look, there you go, right there. Okay. Eddie Murphy, that nigga. I don't know. I scroll looking too hard to find that shit. I was thinking of what's his name, that this nigga right here. Bernie Mac. Okay, anyways, back to the goddamn story. That nigga Eddie Murphy, right? Now he was one of them people who was had that story of he knew he was gonna be famous. He was dating this so-called sorceress or witch or I forgot what he called her, but like a spirit, that spiritual person, that spiritual reader, whatever. He dated one of those and she told him he was gonna be rich, but yeah, I feel like he already knew because yeah, he might have been part of that family or something, who knows. But he was one of them ones that if he didn't really know, that was the person, that was probably a sent, his girlfriend at the time that was telling him he was gonna be famous was probably somebody they sent to him because they was already watching out for him or something, and told and was telling him he's going to be famous to live up to it even more and actually, you know what I'm saying, try and chase it or whatever. Because even though you be a part of Freemasonry or be part of these fraternities or whatever, sororities, you still have to put into the work to become somebody, right? Yes, you get extra perks and extra what is the benefits in life and shit like that and opportunities, but you still have to put the work in to become fucking Eddie Murphy or whoever else, you know what I'm saying, Chris Rock or whatever, you know what I'm saying. You still got to put that work in to become a Little Wayne or whatever. Yes, you get the connections to meet these people to actually, you know what I'm saying, get a better uh opportunity to become that person, unlike me, you know what I'm saying, where I don't know nobody in the industry besides Jaguar J French. So it would be a lot harder for me. But if I did know or was family members with somebody like fucking Young Dolph or something, then I would, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm part of it. Like, if you didn't know, Juice World was Young Dolph cousin. Anyways, so yeah. Uh, even Kevin Samuels, right? You would think he just came out of nowhere, right? You know, he was a regular old person from Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? But definitely wasn't. He was a member of the Kappa Alpha Psi. Now, who knows if Kevin Rashawn Samuels is even his real name? Because on his early life, this is all of that. This is all that they give you, right? We don't know shit about him, really. Kevin Samuels was born, and that's most of these famous people. We only know the stories that they give us, of course, because we don't actually know that goddamn person. But Kevin Samuels was born in Oklahoma City, right? Attended high school, Millwood High School, studied chemical engineering at the University of Oklahoma, chemical engineering, but was not able to graduate because he had Hodgkin lymphoma or something like that, right? At 21. He said it was the point in life where he recognized his own mortality. He was a member of the Kappa Alpha Psi, right? Oh, and that's why another reason why I got him out. Because guess what? He was a member at Florida, where he went to school, Florida State, and became a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. Now if I search anybody, if I search anybody else, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not pretty sure. I know that they went to school at one of these colleges, or you know, one of these great, you know what I'm saying, colleges or whatever, so-called great college, or was part of and or part of a fraternity as well. Listen, everything in his world you gotta take with a grain of salt. You can't believe everything. Even this so-called because now supposedly America has bombed, who was it, Iran or Israel or something like that, linked up with somebody else, Gaza or some shit. Listen, I'm not really gonna be following up on that story too much, and I'm definitely not gonna do a video about it because I mean, if you knew, you knew it was damn near probably. I mean, if you knew it was gonna come, right? I knew that. I knew, you feel me? But oops, I ain't want. Oops, shit. Now I'm on my camera too much. I think I'm good. But yeah, so I ain't gonna make no video on it. I don't want to make no video on it. But what I am gonna say on that is that yeah, I don't even know. I ain't even got no words for that shit because I mean shit. I hope this just wake people up to the fact of what's really going on and see and you see how the world really works, because a lot of people been living in fantasy la la land. Some people think that they woke up but really still sleep because they following people still and listening to people that's celebrities. And now people think just because there's a person that you never seen before come on a podcast, or a person who you know, just pop out the woodworks on a podcast on what's that dude podcast, the Sean Ryan podcast, or that one light skinned dude that had that one so called whistleblower on or something like that, or they go to Joe Rogan podcast or some shit like that, just because, or they go to that one dude, I forgot that other one, but yeah, just listen. Once again, these podcasts are like the new Ellen shows and shit. The Ellen and Jimmy Kimmel and shit like that. Just for YouTube. Most of them podcast people was already part of the industry and moved on to this moved over to this space, so they can keep, you know, their following, but also seem like more of a relatable person, I guess, or something like that. um yeah, most of these people was already part of the industry somehow, way, shape, or form. Or because I just seen this one interview. It was a TikTok, and they had this fucking. I listen. So he said that that he was, listen. Can I even find it? I don't even know if I can find it. I forgot what person I was watching, but he said he went on his podcast and said that he was, and like I said, they've been trying to make this normal, which is why they came out with this Jeff stuff, this Epstein stuff, right? This is why they came out with this Jeff stuff and put it in front of our face, right? But okay, so he came out on his podcast and said that he was not a pedophile, but he went to jail for having relations or something like that with an underage person. I don't want to get, but pretty much in a way, he pretty much said that he was a pedophile, but try to make it seem, or try to make it seem better than what the situation really was. But bro, that's not, you can't listen. But pretty much he passed because somehow, some way, shape, or form, people is still watching and listening to this nigga, which I ain't surprised. But they put the clip up on the nigga YouTube page. He put the clip up on the page of the TikTok, which I wouldn't even done. You know what I'm saying? If I did, I would have been calling this shit out like I'm doing now. But yeah, bro, he said pretty much that he was a pedophile. And yeah, and he was talking about how in jail that there's a section, or somewhere jail he was at that he went to, it was like a section for pedophiles, and they actually ran the jail or some shit like that. But bro, I don't even. I don't know where I was going with that shit. But pretty much yeah, people yeah, I don't know why that's I can listen. I don't know where I was going with that shit. But damn, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, yeah, bro. So people I don't listen. I can tell that's how a person is still sleep if they listening to these people. People was actually listening. So Kevin Samuels, right? He came out of nowhere, out the woodworks. He accumulated 1 point. Now, listen, he was a Kappa Alpha or whatever the fuck he was, right? He was part of that shit. And somehow, some way, he just came out of nowhere from what was he doing before? Before that, he was like an image consultant or some shit like that. Before he blew up and became Kevin Samuels, right? They send people out here to start these type of movements. You see this movement, the Manosphere. I didn't even know that was listen, they sent I didn't even know about that shit, but until just now. But they send people out here to start these movements, right? So they sent him out here. So first off, they turned society to the way it was for him to even speak on those type of topics, right? Society probably most likely would not be like that if it wasn't for the music, the rap music, or female rap, the female artists and celebrities and shit. It wouldn't most or Kim Kardashians and shit. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't female listen. So they send people out there to start that shit or start, you know what I'm saying, or to get society to do stuff. They started with trends, they started with whatever, you feel me? Most of the time, trends though, or memes. They started with memes or trends and shit like that, right? So they started that. Now you got, you know what I'm saying, they got society to where, you know what I'm saying, you can bring out Kevin Samuels and fucking Fresh and Fit podcasts and shit like that, right? Talking about how women need to do this and do that, and men need to do this and do that, right? So they got society out there. Then they send him out here to be the face of, you know, this movement, or to be the face of trying to, you know, to pretty much start a movement. You feel me? They sent him out here, and you like, yeah, bro. They pretty much sent him out here to start that movement, bro. Because before that, I mean, there was people. I mean, not really. It was people talking about how females, you know, was, you know, talking about females like Kevin Samuels, but it wasn't really a thing until he popped up for real, for real. Or was it? No, I think yeah, he popped up and really made it. You know, you know what I'm saying? What it is, right? So I guess you could say his mission. They sent so when he died, supposedly he died with some female that he met like the that same day or the night before, or some shit like that, or some female he just met, which they probably you know, sent her that his way, the woman in the red dress or something like that, whatever. Who knows if she killed him or gave him something that, you know what I'm saying, was supposed to take him out. Who listen, we don't know. But what I do know is that nothing in this world is what it seems, especially when it comes to the industry, when it comes to music, when it comes to artists, when it comes to people like this, content creators, anything. If that content creators is pretty much the new TV shows and shit like that. Listen, I did a whole video. That my first ever live stream was about how YouTube is pretty much a psyop, bro, and it's not what you think. So everybody who's pretty much on YouTube, and especially if they're doing some numbers on YouTube, I mean YouTube is yeah, they part of the plan, the agenda, as I should say. And if they not a part of it, they pretty much a part of it. And you know what I'm saying, because they're distracting people, they're the distractions to distract people from figuring out or noticing what's really going on. And Kevin Samuels or Rashawn Samuels was really just one of them people, right? Now, of course, you know, you ain't gonna just like, you of course ain't nobody really gonna know who he was unless you knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? People like right now, if you watching me or whenever you watch this video, people, I didn't really come out of nowhere because my channel been up, you know what I'm saying? And I've been talking about listen, most of these people, when you go search up like who they are, where they come from, what they did, their early life and shit like that, you're not going to get much on them. But if you was to go search up like a random person, I bet you would get more information on a finding some random regular ass person named fucking Oscar or some shit. You could find more information about his life than you could about these so-called famous people whose life been out there since some of them childhood stars. But their life been out there. They you know what I'm saying, their whole life is online now. Their whole personality, you know what I'm saying? So you telling me a person whose whole life we supposed to be seeing or we think we know just because we see them on TV and they make our favorite shoes, clothes, or music or whatever the fuck, and we think we know them, but we honestly really don't know them for shit. We don't know they come up story. We don't know none of that shit. And then when they do give us come up stories, they give us fake shit. Like Lil Wayne when he shot himself. You know how many times he didn't switch up that story? Go back and watch some of these rappers. I used to study interviews. They always saying different shit. Now, of course, you're gonna word it different sometimes because you don't want to say it the same time every way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're doing it for content or you know what I'm saying for whatever. But most even if you're wording it a certain way, a different way than you worded it the last time, it should still be the same thing. It shouldn't be no name changes, it shouldn't be no this, no that. It should pretty much stay the same consistency. You just worded it different this time, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all these famous people. We don't know nothing about his early life. Look at his early life. That's all we get. Like most of these people, you is not gonna find nothing too much on their early life. You get a little more here, but it's still not really nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now you may be like, now what more could you want about their early life? Like, what do you really want to know? It's not that I want to really know about their damn life. It's the fact of like, who are they and where did they come from? What did they, besides like I don't even know. I don't know if I'm like, you know what I'm saying, explaining it right, but it's more the fact of like who like you know, it's like, who are you? Like if somebody just popped up in your crib out of nowhere, if somebody just spawned in your crib right now and then just started living there for, you know what I'm saying, every damn day, you would, I mean, you would kind of want to maybe know who that person is, you know what I'm saying, a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, who they are, you know what I'm saying. Over time they might, you know what I'm saying, as they get used to you, they might open up. But most of these people, bro, we don't really know nothing, like nothing, bro. Like we all we know is They grew up no mom. I mean, no, or yeah, no mom or no dad, or you know what I'm saying, whichever one, you know what I'm saying, or both, and had to live with grandma or some. Like these stories. Listen, bro, and that's that might be the next video I'm supposed, because I was supposed to been do that video, so I might go ahead and do that next so I can show you, because this is coming straight out of a Mason's mouth, a fraternity person, a court person's mouth, that they even have fake come up stories for people so they don't really figure out who this person is, especially if they're somebody of influence and famous, or going to be somebody of influence and famous. They have fake names or fake come up stories and fake names too, pseudo names and shit like that, right? But yeah, like most people think they're woke, but they'll think people like Kevin Samuels was really there to help them, but really they don't know that he was, if you was really awoke and you could see, you would see that he wasn't really here to help. I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think more so he was pushed out to help, or pushed out to say the shit, or you know what I'm saying, push the movement, the stuff that he did. Same thing with Alex Jones, same thing with Candace Owens, same thing with all of them. Joe wrote all of them, because they're all part of it. Some of these people, like I forgot who it was. Who was that? But it was somebody that I didn't even know was black, but was Jewish. And yeah, we already know about that. But anyways, so bro, mostly listen, anybody of any type of significance, politician, you could even throw influencers in there now, social media influencers, because a lot of them is bought and paid for too, or sold out. If there was just a regular person who was uploading videos and eventually blew up, which is, I ain't gonna say hard to do, but it's not easy to do on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't really meant for, you know what I'm saying, regular people to blow up, but at the same time it was. But you just have to go watch my YouTube video breaking down YouTube. It was my first live stream, so you just have to go back and watch that. But yeah, like listen, everybody I watch on YouTube is, I make sure, listen, I'm pretty sure there is some people that I watch on. I'm not pretty sure. I know there are some people I watch that's, you know what I'm saying, controlled opposition. But most of the people I watch, I try to make it like regular people. They'll most likely have 1 point, you know, 1,000 plus videos, or a whole bunch of videos, but damn near barely any subscribers. But I try to watch people like that, because most of the time that's where the real gold is anyways. Yes, some of these channels that blew up, they blew up because, you know what I'm saying, they got some good editing and all that other shit. But you got to realize, once again, a regular person, once hold on, I gotta go get my charger real quick. Because I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here trying to explain this. But so most of, right, okay, so look, most of the people on YouTube, you see they editing skills, especially just starting off, like especially if you just starting off on YouTube, bro. It's one thing to, like, you know what I'm saying, know how to edit a little bit and it look, you know what I'm saying, decent. But if you editing and you just started off YouTube and that shit look like some damn, you know what I'm saying, professional fucking TV work or some shit, or damn near, you know what I'm saying, close to it, that's how you know they was probably put in place to do this. right? We can even talk about Patrick Bet Davis, but I ain't gonna do that because you know what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say is yeah, he definitely part of that shit too. But and came out of nowhere because before he was doing YouTube, I forgot I did a little research on him. But yeah, so I plugged it into my phone. I meant to plug it in. I mean, I plugged it in my computer, meant to plug it in my phone. But so let me make sure I ain't mess up the camera. But yeah, so yeah, even most of these YouTubers, right? They are sent most of these YouTubers. If it wasn't for YouTube, they might have probably been on TV. They might have been like you know what I'm saying, actors or something. And the reason I say that is because, or not even probably just maybe like editor, you know, something part of, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? But most of these people on YouTube is like fraternity or, yeah, like fraternity people, you know, Mason people or whatever that sit out to take up the space, right? Because that's another video I was gonna do about my analytics. After I drop a video after so long, it stopped getting viewed. So let's say I drop a video today, or after this video today. If it do get views right away, it might gain a few views, and then like over like you know what I'm saying, a course of a couple days, right? It'll start slowing down. Why? Because they're not really pushing my stuff. Now you may be like, well, I mean, ain't nobody watching it. Ain't too many people watching it, so of course they're not gonna push it. But that's not the thing. If you search something up, or not even search something, if you're listen, if they really pushing your channel, it don't matter how bad of a video it is, right? There is 1,000,000 plus people on YouTube. Somebody is bound to likely click on that video, whether it's within, you know what I'm saying, listen, as many people as there is in the world, and that's on YouTube, there's going to be a few people who's going to watch that video if they show you the video like they show everybody else's videos that's getting 1,000 plus, or not 1,000, but 100K plus views, 1,000,000 plus views and shit like that. Them people get a lot more views because they're getting pushed out to a lot more people. They not so. If let's just say there's people that I watch that react to TikToks, right? If you're watching a certain type of whatever, if you're watching a certain type of channel, those other certain type of channels or videos should pop up, right? But that don't always happen in the case, because there's people out there who if they didn't have that, regular people like me, but if they didn't have or start YouTube earlier, or have a lot and you know, gain as many subscribers as they did, or have as many subscribers as they did, they probably wouldn't be getting as much view, especially now. But I'm gonna get to that. But they probably wouldn't be getting as much views as they would if they didn't have that many subscribers, even though their videos would still be that good. The reason why is because they're not pushing that channel like they're pushing their controlled opposition's channel, like Candace Owens and shit like that, Patrick Bet. They pushing those channels out there more than they would be a regular person who's, you know what I'm saying, yeah. So my channel, right? I got some video. Listen, I may not make the best videos. My talking points may not be the best, right? But there are people who are bound to click on this video because the thumbnail might catch them or something, right? But yet, Some are even like, okay, let's go to shorts. I ain't gonna even talk about videos. We're gonna go to shorts, because shorts really, listen, if you barely getting views on shorts, that's how you know they not really pushing your channel like that. You know how many dead YouTube channels there is? I can really put this video up because this is more of a talk today. But you know how many, and the first thing I noticed is the hand symbol. That's the first thing on Kevin Samuels. But so you know how many dead YouTube channels there is that don't get pushed out like that because of they pushing other channels that's more popular or whatever, because they so-called get more views and steady keep getting views. But that would be everybody's video if they push that channel out. Now, since there's so many people who upload, of course they can't push everybody's shit. But just think about it for a second. If they showed your channel like they're supposed to, if they showed your videos like they're supposed to, then you would definitely have more views than what you're really getting. Because out of all the people that's on YouTube, you telling me only 1 or 2 people clicked on your video? It's either they're hiding the views or they're not showing your video like they're supposed to. And why they're not showing your video? Because you're not one of them. You're not part of their plan, right? That's why. You're not controlled opposition like Candace Owens is, or Alex Jones, or whoever else, right? And you want to know how if they showing your channel? Well, matter of fact, if you getting a lot of views, it probably won't, you know what I'm saying? But listen, if I make an app right now, the app would if I made like an app like YouTube, that motherfucker would show I would make it to where it's gonna show your video no matter how many views you get. Because listen, I'm trying to put this in a way if you don't already get what I'm saying, I'm trying to put it in a way you can understand it. I'm trying to get my thought out concise, right? And once again, I just came off the fly with this. I ain't playing this video. I don't plan my videos, none of that shit. I come and speak how I'm feeling emotionally at the moment. Same thing with music when I was making music. So and I have some videos. I can be concise and to the point and shit. I have videos where I was writing shit down and, you know what I'm saying, I re-spoken all that shit, right? And edited it up a little bit, but I don't like that because, yeah, anyways, I explained that in the video. But so if I made an app, it would show the video no matter what. I don't care how many views it got. That's how YouTube should be, right? They say they're supposed to show your video no matter what. Even if you're not getting that many views, they're still supposed to show your channel. They're still supposed to show that video. If you made a cookie, it don't matter if your channel is all over the place. That would actually help you and make it better. There's a lot of YouTube videos who talk about do this and do that and guides on how to grow on YouTube. Make videos only about this and all this other type of shit. I didn't watch some of. I already watched some of them, right? And that was even before I, you know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't already watch some. And they all give those type of points. But honestly, if your channel is all over the place and you making shit about anything, you making cooking videos, these type of videos, this type of video, that type of video, if they really showing your videos like they supposed to, that means you got videos out there for everybody to watch. So if there's people who's watching sports, and then there's people who's watching cooking, and then there's people who's watching whatever, but they come to your and they getting shown your videos and you make videos about all that, then that means you should have a whole lot more subscribers because you're making videos about everything, right? And let's say you do have good enough content where people would want to subscribe to you, which I mean everybody makes some type of content where somebody would like it. You feel me? Just like music. You may not like that song, but the next person might like the song. You know what I'm saying? So if they was really showing your videos like they supposed to, that means that you would have a lot more views on your shit, more than 1 view or 2 views after 3 weeks to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? You would have more views than that if they was really showing your video like they supposed to. But the only reason you got 10 views on a video that's been uploaded 10 months ago is because they're not showing your video. Now, of course, you could be like, well, the people who do the how to blow up, the YouTube gurus on how to make or how to blow a channel up. So what if somebody watched only half of the video, or just clicked on it, then clicked off, or whatever the case may be? So what if they're really showing your video like they're supposed to? Whether fuck all that other metric shit. If they're showing your video like they're supposed to, then you would get a lot more views. Now, the way they set it up to where they can have they controlled opposition go and take other people's places. Because you notice most of the channels that is blowing up and doing good, they have people editing for them. They don't even edit. Whether they smaller channels, whether they bigger channels. And most of the time they have editors already. Some channels, they say they grab random subscribers to edit their videos and all that shit. But yeah, we ain't gonna even go. But that probably ain't no random subscriber. That's a motherfucker who working for, you know what I'm saying, who's part of an elite group or some shit, part of a fraternity, and he got some work. They sent him out there to make the videos, and they sent him some damn editors or some shit. They, you know what I'm saying, they plan this shit. It's a plan, right? So they controlled opposition. They make videos and take over YouTube pretty much. They only show these people's videos in these categories, and they have people in every category. That's a controlled opposition in every category, most likely, especially in the conspiracy side. On my side, they definitely have people there. But yeah, I don't know how long this video was, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out because, bro, a lot of people think they still think they're awoke, but they really still sleep. They sleepwalking. You halfway there though. You halfway there, but you still sleepwalking, because if you still believing that these artists is, whether they listen, if you still listen, I don't believe nothing. Listen, I don't know, how can I put this? So look, I don't know. Maybe I just planted that seed in your head, and eventually you'll get it. It might take a few more years to a month, a few more months to years, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, you got what I was trying to say, and I planted that seed, or I planted that seed in your head, and eventually you got what I was saying in this video. But yeah, bro. I was trying to explain it the best I could, but pretty much, bro, there's people that you may be friends with that sit in your life. They say the chosen, you know, they make videos about how you're the chosen one and all this other shit. Now I'm starting to believe that even that's cap. And when they mean the chosen one, that means like you're with your family or whatever, or somehow your family line was part of the Freemasons, or part of, you know what I'm saying, these secret societies or organizations or whatever, right? Fraternities. And yeah, maybe they listen, I don't know, but I know the chosen one ain't like, you know what I'm saying, some mystical, oh, you was chosen by the true creator, you know what I'm saying, by God. You was chosen by him to be this special person. No, most likely you was chosen by them occult leaders or them, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm starting to think the chosen one is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm starting to think that shit really means. It's not no mystical no uh godly divine thing, right? It's most likely some occult mysterious shit. I don't even know. But yeah, bro. Listen, I don't even know if I explained that good enough, but I tried the best to my ability to get my thoughts out as precise as I could, or to the best of my ability that I could, to really wake you up and understand that most of the shit you think is maybe has some validity to it. Probably that might be, you know what I'm saying. I don't listen. Even listen. Let's just say, listen. Let me go to this video. Even I ain't gonna even go to this. This the end of it. But I'm gonna drop this little gem right here too. Even the Bible, all the Bible is a playbook for them, the court, the elite, the Kabbalah, the Jesuit, whoever. You feel me? It's their playbook. That's why everything that's happening or everything that's going to happen, you can find it in the Bible because they planned it to happen. They re-edited it and rewrote it and put they stuff in there. If it was even ever really what it was, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be. If it was ever even really the 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 Bible, let's say, or the words of the true creator. The words, because I ain't gonna say God, because the word God is a man. I mean, all these words are man-made, of course, but God is a word that is a what is that word I'm looking for? It's a word that you can throw, that you can use for anything. It's like a context clue word. Like you can say it, but ain't nobody really gonna know what you mean when you say God. Anything could be your God. Money, ball, whoever else. You know what I'm saying? Anybody or any other deity, right? Ball, Moloch, whoever. Money, cars, clothes, whatever. That can all be your God. So I say the true creator, because the true creator, I mean, of course, I mean, I think that's way better than saying God, because the true creator is the true creator of everything. Would nothing be here if it wasn't for the true creator? So yeah, but God is their their deity, or their the person that they listen. It's, let me see how I can word it. It's they're made up deities. When people say, listen, I don't even know if you not, if you listen, I don't even know if you just don't get it. I can't even. When people say, because and I ain't gonna lie, some of these videos too is I want my son to see, so I be trying to word them to where, you know what I'm saying, a child can get it as well. But because I be making some of this stuff for, you know what I'm saying, for my son also. I want him to, you know what I'm saying, know the truth. But yeah, bro. So when they use the word God, it's their way of trying to sound like a good person, like a really. I don't listen. I can't. But I'm a. Hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna throw on this video real quick, and then that's the end of this video. But I'm gonna put this on, and hopefully you get it from this. I already got it and already know what he was talking about and knew what he meant. So yeah, I got it. You feel me? I got pretty much what he was saying. But check this out.
You, just you, building your app on Base 44.
I just built a budgeting app.
What? How?
Base 44. Look, it pulls our...
Remember,
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I ain't gonna lie, YouTube and these ads, bro, this shit is getting annoying, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like everything you see, like this is how they and this is how they do shit, bro. YouTube started off ad free. Now we got ads out the fucking wazoo, bro. Netflix started off ad free. Now we got ads out the wazoo. Damn near every fucking 15 minutes, bro. I forgot what show I was. Is it Spectrum TV? I think it's Spectrum. That little app they got on the TV that you could watch, bro, and watch movies and shit like that. The cable app or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know. But it's some app where you can search up movies and watch all that shit too. It's like a Netflix or something, like a Hulu almost. But bro, nigga, they have ads every 10 to 15 minutes. Seem like. I thought ads was supposed to play every 30 seconds or something like that. I mean, every 30 minutes or something like that. After every 30 to 25 minutes, maybe. And they got ads, bro. And that's another thing. Listen, I got a video on that too talking about that. Listen. If you want to really get out the matrix, just watch my videos. But check this out though.
Maduro at 2:01 201 to sleep this morning, but that's all it takes to see through these obvious lies. 182 days after Benji coming back into power did connected storybook, but it's also Philadelphia gets the letter about the synagogue of Satan numbered for the first time. Link right now. If anybody has additional, don't forget we invaded Afghanistan October 7th, 2001. You remember that? 180 connection. Again, all the clues have been there coming back on Albert Pike's birthday. And that's the thing that's annoying is living in this Orwellian age where now the intelligence agencies and the people that control big tech, which are the intelligence agencies and the same people that are doing this today, they're trying to falsify history. They're trying to say Albert Pike never wrote a letter about 3 world wars to come, which is false. I mean, it's a real letter with a real date addressed to a real person. And they brought Netanyahu back on Albert Pike's birthday to put it in your face. Again, that letter's dated August 15th, 1871. Today, they start at 8:15 a.m. I mean, what could be more obvious? What could be more obvious? Again, we attacked Iran last year on the 173rd day of the year. Now 173 days after Khomeini's son's birthday, this happens. He's expected to take over at age 56, just like the new leader in Venezuela. It's February 12th. No. All those quotes about Lincoln. What is this idea? Khomeini.
I ain't gonna lie, that part I just let play was important too, but I'm trying to find this specific part.
I've been telling you guys for the last 6 months, they're going to remove him at age 86. He was installed on August 6th. The Jesuits 86. They run the show. CIA-controlled nation. Today, 50 days before his upcoming birthday. Jesuits 86 and 50. Washington 50. America 50. Satanic 50. With that synagogue of Satan theme. Don't forget San Francisco's 50, where the Church of Satan was founded. Stuff's not an accident. It's all ritualism. Again, the Iranian Revolution in 79 began on the Vatican's birthday. This year, Netanyahu and Trump were meeting to discuss Iran on the Vatican's birthday. Now, 17 days later, the attack happens on the 59th day of the year. 59 is the 17th prime number. The word kill equals 59 and 17. 201. 2 times you can teach the same lesson. It's 47. That equals 47. Like Trump. And again, we agents centrist on the Central Catholic was the C1.
Okay, I can't find it, but I ain't gonna lie. This video right here, y'all might want to go check that out, cause yeah, he do some good explaining on that and breaking down and shit. But oh, I ain't even show. Oh, I forgot I switched back. Look, this is the video I was watching. I was talking about. This video right here. I watched this morning. If you ain't if you ain't checked this out, if you don't know who he is, I ain't gonna lie, he do be doing some good work. Sometimes I be thinking he controlled opposition too, but you know, yeah, he be yeah. So but this video right here, that one part, I was looking for this specific part where he said pretty much the Bible is, yeah, pretty much they playbook. You know what I'm saying? And when he said that, I mean, I already knew what he was talking about, but after hearing all of this and then him saying that, it just clicked something else in my mind. It just clicked in another level, you know what I'm saying? But oh shit. But so yeah, man. I hope I at least, you know what I'm saying, y'all got some of that shit, or you know what I'm saying, understood a little bit of what I was saying. Hopefully I woke you up a little bit. But yeah, man. That's the end of this video. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
If you can hear this, you're in the circle now. Check your shoulders. Make sure it's just you and these words. You have now tuned in to the Let 'Em Know podcast, where the real talk's quiet and the truth talks loud. No accidents. You found this frequency. So sit back. Lock in. Let 'em know you're listening. You're now tuned in to the Let 'Em Know podcast. If you can.